Sam, excuse me, have you seen Linda? She's supposed to do a rough edit for me. I can't find her anywhere.
Did you check the editing room?
Sam, what a great idea. Sam, we have 2.5 hours before this thing goes on the air. We have to edit it. We still have one more bit to tape.
That's all right. She'll always turn up. She always does. By the way, I'm setting up the new schedule here, and I think you'll be pleased with your next assignment. It is right up your alley.
I hope it's good. Linda?
Eden, hi. I was wondering where you were.
I'm looking for you.
Oh, wait till you see the footage. It's absolutely fantastic. The kids look wonderful. They're just to die for. And you, well, God, you look like Deborah Norville wishes she could look. I gotta admit, my camera work is sensational.
Linda, we've got to get to work on this.
Oh, okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'll set it up for you. You're gonna love it.
Okay. Your new assignment.
Covering the city's Easter festivities, Sam.
You're going to do a great job. Excuse me, I got to make some copies here.
You want me to dress like a bunny?
Inspector, what brings you to our humble hangout?
Oh, just feeling thirsty. Thought I'd stop in and grab a beer.
Well, that was a good try. Now, you want to try again?
You're thinking like a cop already, huh? It's good. See that kid playing pool with Rick? That's Tucker. We picked him up for possession of ice and made a deal with him. He's expecting to make a buy in the next few minutes. Everything goes according to plan. You and I are going to have our first caller as partner.
Hey. I'll play you, man.
Sorry, I won't be able to let you in again after all. Marcus wants to take in an early movie, so we're going to go down and...
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I expect to finish out our best of 5, however. It's going to the table.
This could be it.
What's going on?
Want to shoot some 8-ball with your old pal, Nicky?
Oh, sorry, Chris, I gotta go.
All right, you'll have to make it with me.
Okay, I'll be the bad guy.
Good luck.
Sorry, pal. Ooh. This game is over. And what have we here?
I don't know. I just found it in the pocket.
You just found this?
Yeah, I just found it.
Put your face on the table, please. Spread your legs. Spread it.
Sit down. Hey, everybody, get see where you are.
Who are you anyway?
I'm a cop. Just like the one that was murdered last week.
Well, I didn't murder anybody.
You ever take any? Just keep your legs spread.
No!
I asked you a question. You ever take any of this?
No!
You're too smart to poison yourself, right? You figure you pass it off on this joker, he can unload it around town for you. You ever seen anybody hooked on crystal meth?
I don't know. Now lay off of me.
Stand up. I have. Brought somebody in last week. 19 years old, been using 2 weeks. 2 months ago, nobody in this town except the hardcore speed freaks haven't heard of this stuff. Now it's all over the place. I want to know where it's coming from. I don't know how come you got it in your hands, and I want to know now.
I have no idea where it's coming from. I was partying down on the beach, and some guy just handed it to me.
He just handed it to you just like that?
Yeah, he just handed it to me. I know, it sounds weird. He just handed it to me. He told me what it was and how much I could get for it.
You're lying to me, son.
I'm not lying to you.
My buddy is not the only one who's going to end up dead. If I don't get some answers,
You're
you
crazy,
right now, man.
Get him off of me.
Hey. This is not the way to handle this.
Get him out of here. He's going to kill somebody.
Come on, hey, Cruz, come on.
All right, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
Let's go. You got 5 minutes, and then this guy is mine.
Okay, all right. Take a rest. Take a rest.
Right over here. Come on.
All right, you sit. Look, he's a good man. He's just a little upset about his buddy dying. All right, you understand that? Look, I know you're not a big dealer, okay?
I never did it before. I just kind of fell in my lap.
Okay.
Everybody wants this stuff. You know, it's great money, and it's a good time. Nobody gets hurt doing it.
Okay, all right. Did you see this guy on the beach before? Did you?
No, I never saw him.
What did he look like?
Latino, Middle Eastern, maybe, I don't know, like 35-ish.
All right. Could you identify him if you saw him again?
Maybe, it was dark.
Did anybody else at the party see him? Come on, talk to me.
No, I was by myself drinking a beer, and he just came up to me, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah?
What's gonna happen now?
That depends. What are you gonna do for us?
Half speed. Ready, Eden?
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Some experts predict that by the mid-1990s, there'll be nearly 850,000 children in this country who will need out-of-home care. Who are these kids, and where do they come from? The answer is everywhere. From rural areas, towns, and inner-city slums, they're the orphans of parents who have died, and more, they're the orphans of the living. Teenagers, drug addicts, casualties of AIDS, parents who simply can't raise them. What is it like for children who grow up without parents, without aunts and uncles, cousins and grandparents? How does it feel to be 6 years old and learning to read books that tell stories of mothers and fathers when you have neither? To be 9 and watch television shows that portray a world of families when you're not part of one? What is it like to be a child who belongs to no one? And how can society, which after all means you and me, how can we best serve these young homeless? These are some of the issues we've been exploring in our series of reports entitled Children in Institutions. And tonight in our final segment, we'll be looking once again at the Santa Barbara Children's Home, one of the very few long-term residences in the state. The home receives no public money and relies totally on church funds and private donations. It's often said that our children are America's greatest natural resource, and surely the children you will meet tonight are as vital to the future of this nation as the little ones that we tucked into bed a couple of hours ago in our very own home. When we wonder whom they really belong to and who is ultimately responsible for them, perhaps the only sane answer is we are all responsible for all of the children, all of the time.
So why do you suppose this guy came up to you out of nowhere on the beach to give you a free sample?
I don't know.
Why don't you think about it, Rob? Ice sells for $50 a hit. That's a tenth of a gram. He gave you 2 grams. All right, then how much was that little bag you had? How much was that worth?
Well, somebody told me it was worth $1,000.
Yeah.
If you sell it all at once, I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
I was asking that guy Tucker for only $700.
Okay, fine. Well, let's say he sells it, okay? And 20 people buy that, all right, for $50 a hit, all right? Let's say that 10 of those people like it. They get hooked. They become regular customers. Then some of them run out of cash, so they start doing a little deal on the side, too. Well, that guy in the beach, I mean, whoever's behind him, he's getting a great return on his 2-gram investment. So what if a couple kids die?
I wish I would have just thrown the whole bag in the ocean and gotten the hell out of there.
If you got a chance to do something that's worth a lot more.
Like what? Go to jail?
Like working on our side.
Doing what?
Keeping your eyes and your ears open and helping us find out whoever's behind this promotional campaign that's going on.
How's it going?
I just offered to drop the charges against Rob here if he will cooperate with us fully.
And what was Rob's answer?
You told me they killed a cop for getting too nosy. Maybe they do the same thing to me.
That's not going to happen to you. You're going to have a shadow every minute of the day. There'll be somebody behind you with a badge and a holster if something happens you don't like.
I don't want a record. My parents find out I get kicked out of school.
We want you to stay in school, after which you will report to us every day, even if nothing happens. You miss a day, the deal's off. The charges stand. And after you're done with this stint with us, you will enroll yourself in a drug counseling program.
I don't even use this stuff.
Yeah, but you were willing to distribute it to other people, so you don't understand it, and you're going to learn. That way you can keep other people off of it.
Okay. Can I go now?
There's an officer at the desk right outside here. His name is Tom's. He's going to talk to you. He wants to introduce you to a couple of people, take some information. He's going to get you to sign off on this deal.
Don't worry about it. I'll stick to my end of the bargain. You guys just stick to yours, okay?
All right, you got a deal, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Thank you.
Rob, you're going to be okay, all right? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, there are hundreds of kids just like him here. I mean, they're ripe for the picking. Whoever has this figured out has done their homework. You know, there's all these kids in Santa Barbara, plenty of money to spend on expensive drugs and addictions to easy cash. It's perfect.
Yeah. Look, I think we got one shot at this. They're priming the market. It's like handing out free bottles of shampoo. They're creating a demand. We got to cut it off now, or it's just going to be hell to clean clean up later.
I heard that. What are you doing for the next hour?
My wish is your command.
Put on that groveling for money face you're so famous for down at the community center. We have an official call to make.
Well, what do you mean I'm famous?
We'll discuss it. Hi, I'm sorry to barge in so late, but...
Oh, no, come on in.
Thanks.
I don't assume this is about your joining the police force, Michael, but I did want to congratulate you.
No, thank you. It's actually about a caller we just met.
Yeah, it may relate to the murder of Tom Fellows, that police officer who died last week.
Oh, right. Was that a drug bust?
Yeah, tonight. Methamphetamine in its crystalline form. Ice. You heard about this stuff? Extremely nasty. People start using it because the high is so long, want more of it immediately because the crash is so bad. It's more addictive than crack. And in Hawaii, where it's an epidemic, they've been talking about psychotic episodes behind it, irreversible brain damage. It's the worst thing to hit the street market in a hell of a long time, and somebody is bringing it to Santa Barbara. We made 2 busts today, both kids, preppy types, first-time offenders. Somebody gave each of these guys a bag of this stuff and said they could use it or sell it at their
And we
own
got
discretion.
no idea just how many of these freebies are making the rounds right now.
They're working to create an instant market, and they will do it unless we come up with an instant response.
All right, well, what's your
We
idea?
need a designated task force. It's going to take manpower, and it's going to take expertise to find out where this stuff is coming
You
from.
had a chance
before
to
it gets
talk
out
to
of
the police
control.
The
commissioner.
commissioner is out of town. And besides, the money for this is more than likely got to come out of Sacramento, and you are better connected to Sacramento, Ethan, than anybody I know.
And we got to move now. They're targeting our kids. Look, coming from your background, you may not understand how vulnerable these kids are.
What do you know about my background?
All I mean is it's different growing up in a governor's mansion.
Yeah,
from
well,
what-
you're right. It's different, okay? Now, you don't have to convince me about kids or about trying to keep them off of drugs. It's just I can't give you any guarantees or promises, all right?
Only guarantee we need from you is that you'll remain accessible and do what you can to help us.
Well, you know what I will do? I'll call the Attorney General. I'll try and scare something up, but you've got to make me a promise that there's going to be no publicity, no fanfare, all right? This will just be a quiet operation. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely, we agree on that. Okay. Don't want to give these people any free advertising anyway. Or scare the rest of Santa Barbara to death.
And we're clear.
Great copy.
Thanks. Oh, I didn't know you were here. What did you think?
I wish we had someone like you as our advocate when I lived at the old orphanage. Things might have turned out very differently for most of us.
Well, you are proof that the system worked.
I suppose it did, for some of us.
Kelly, hi. Oh, I just finished.
I know. It was very good.
Oh, thanks. You know, I can run the whole segment for you if you'd like to see it now, Derek.
No, I think I've seen enough to know that you don't need my suggestions and you won't warrant my complaints. Congratulations, Eden.
Oh.
Really, and I apologize for any skepticism you may have sensed on my part.
No, really, no apologies necessary. I'm very honored to have your seal of approval.
Well, I'll give you a lift home, Kelly.
Oh, fine, thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Eden, it was really good. Really good.
Okay, it's in the can. I'll bet you we get a lot of calls on this. You know, you're getting better and better.
So, Sam, why are you having me cover the Easter bonnets?
Well, knowing you, you're probably going to turn it into the biggest story of the year.
Sam, I did the series on rape. Now I did this, and now you're handing me a piece of fluff.
Well, honey, it's partly your fault, you know, because you have proven to me that if anybody can make fluff work, you can.
Sam. Sam? Hey, sorry. You okay? Yeah, how are you? I'm feeling no pain. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Hey, I was just about ready to panic.
Whoa, don't tell me the dishwasher broke down again.
Funny, real funny. Give me a kiss. I haven't heard from you in hours.
Well, I know what time your show is. You didn't think I'd miss your show, did you?
Well, No, it's almost time.
Is any of that for me?
Yeah, exactly half.
Oh, great.
How'd it go tonight?
Well, hopefully. This may be one of those rare occasions where we actually have a chance to stop a disaster before it happens. And if we can, it'll help make Tom's death more meaningful somehow.
Do you have any idea who did it?
No, but Ethan is helping us set up a task force, so we'll get all our best people on it, and we'll be able to figure out what the hell went on. Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, I was thinking, how about if you include me on the team?
No, I'm sorry, baby. Can't do that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go public with it until after it was over.
Ethan had one demand. That's we keep the press totally out of it.
All right, but seems like he needs some good press after everything that's happened with Laura.
I don't want to second-guess his reasons. I just want to respect his wishes. We need his help. Anyway, the whole situation with ICE is freaky and deadly, and I don't want you jumping in feet first, video cam or no video cam. You know what I mean?
It's starting. Hold on. Hold on. Some experts predict that by the mid-1990s, there'll be nearly 850,000 children in this country who will need out-of-home care. Who are these kids, and where do they come from? The answer is everywhere. The Mercy of God orphanage closed its doors 15 years ago. At that time, no one ever believed it would need to be reopened, but it was, in 1985, under its new name, the Santa Barbara Children's Home. This photograph shows you how the building has changed over the years. The 4 boys in this faded print were residents of the old orphanage. And these kind faces are some of the nuns who run the current home. They've dedicated their lives to creating the only home many of their charges will ever know during their early years. Here you see some of the children who live there now. One of them is a 7-year-old little girl named Alana. Now, Alana, you were telling me about a little thing that you like to do when you're by yourself, when you play, called fairy tale?
I made it up.
That's where you pick your favorite story, and then you get to be the little girl in it, right? So what's your favorite story?
Rapunzel, let down your golden hair.
Oh, that's the one with the beautiful princess who gets locked in the tower by the witch, and she has to live there all alone, right?
There's a place I go up in the attic. You can see a long way. There's a lot of things up there to look at. And I wait for somebody to find me, but nobody ever does. Except for Sister Gabrielle, when it's time for dinner.
So do you wait for a handsome prince?
No, I wouldn't want a prince.
Why not?
Because then you have to get married and have kids. Kids are too much trouble. They make too much noise, and they're always hungry. And they aren't good. Maybe they try to be good, but they aren't. It's not their fault, but I wouldn't want them.
For many of these children, the dreams of a real home with a real family are an impossible one. And because of their disappointment, heartbreakingly, they often turn inwards on themselves. I once heard someone make a cynical remark that there just isn't enough love to go around. Well, I don't believe that. I think it's a matter of making good people aware that there's a community of children living right here in our backyard who needs us. What we have to realize is that we need them too. One of the hidden, or maybe not so hidden, goals of this series is to reach out to those of you who might be willing and able to take a child into your life. But since the fact is that we just can't all run out and adopt a child, there are other ways that we can help. Volunteer programs where you can become a big sister or a big brother and tutor a child, take a child to a museum or a beach, read stories, climb trees, play in the park, or just talk. The institutions we have created to care for the children are noble, but they are limited. What they lack primarily is simple, and it could be you. I'm Eden Castillo for KSB. I hope you have a good night.